If that recorded properly, I'm using that. Because I started before you said Alright, welcome back to another episode of Uncomfortable. I am your girl, Mother Each, and I have a special guest today. Go ahead and let them know who you are, sister.
This is CAROLYN TONEY from talesoftony.com.
She said to let you know who you are.
Okay, I'm sorry. Come on, King. Come through.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I am Carolyn's primary partner. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm the one who counts.
Everybody counts. She wants to stress that everybody counts because it's very important.
Yes, it is.
It's very important.
Yes. He just happens to
How
be.
are you?
I am doing great. I'm lovely right now. Yes.
Let's take these
Cheers.
little shots. Cheers, y'all.
Yes, and it's a baby shot. Don't judge me. Get my life.
Listen.
All right.
I'm not even going to hold you. I'm not even a fan of brown. But that's what we had here. I'm not going to tell you what it was because, you know, ain't no check coming from that.
Nope, no promotions.
But it was good. It was lit. It was a good one.
Delicious.
And we had a good night.
Yes. A great
We
night.
just came in.
Yes.
They're visiting Philly.
Yes.
And I'm so happy to finally be able to meet her. I'm so excited, y'all. It's just like my dream with this podcast that I've been doing is just interviewing different types of people and being able to expose, like, is expose the right word? Because I'm trying to
bring to life.
Bring to life, yes.
Bring to life the different lives or livelihood of different people.
Yes, exactly. That's my
Once again, you know, my goal is to make everything comfortable for everybody.
Yes.
And that is my goal, whether it comes with, you know, STDs. Y'all know I always make a segment where it's a sex fix.
Exactly.
Where I do a STD, STI, the difference. Is there a real difference between the two?
Sexually transmitted disease
versus infections.
Yeah, I think they change it based off infection sounds better than disease.
Yeah,
Disease
but it's the
sounds
same
worse.
thing, right?
Essentially can be, yeah.
Well, I think they use infection because most infections can be, you know, cured with medicine and all that, whereas a disease is like
may not be
50-50. You know, it's either it could be curable or, you know, it's something you got for life.
Pretty much.
I did a segment on STIs versus STDs, and honestly, I felt like they were the same thing because prior to STIs, it was all STDs, right?
Correct. Yeah.
It was all.
So I wonder what made it become a.
I think it's vernacular. I think people like to use the word infection. It's interchangeable for most of the community, but I feel like a lot of people like to use infection because it doesn't sound as detrimental to your health.
Yeah.
But I think essentially it can be much be the same.
But same thing, it's just the term sounds better.
Yes.
So
exactly.
basically
Yes.
the term sounds better, y'all.
You have a disease, but you have an infection. Infection can sound less detrimental to the health.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. They just want to make it sound better for your ears.
Yes.
That's basically it. So now I'm going to do a quick recap of my last episode, which is episode 37, I believe, with Dion. And we talked about Welcoming to the World podcast, which is his podcast. We recorded his podcast prior to doing my podcast, so y'all make sure y'all go check that out. We also spoke on the pleasures of, he says that he gives out foot massages while having sex.
Ooh, hello.
I do back massages.
How do you do that? You do what type of massages?
Back massages.
While having sex. Can you please explain to me what position this is in?
Of course, doggy style.
Doggy style. So you're in doggy style position and you're just like, please explain this position because I'm trying to understand the focus of a back massage during.
So you gotta make sure you have the right kind of oil because if your hands dry
oils are involved.
Yes.
Of course. You can't. Anybody giving a massage without oil is not a massage.
Well, I'm talking about sex part. So you already have it pre-planned that you're going to give a massage during the sex.
Yes. She don't expect that.
No, she don't.
At all. Like last night, she didn't expect it.
Oh my God.
Y'all must have had a good night because he was talking about last night all day.
A great
all night
and a good morning. Jesus Christ. I'm
Y'all
sorry.
awesome.
Sorry, religious people.
No. Listen, ain't none of that going on. Like, I need the whole rundown. But yeah, so he says that, you know, it's in what position he said it was in? Missionary.
Missionary.
Missionary position. And he says he puts the feet up, say if the feet are in, and he's going in, he's just like massaging the legs, and I'm just like, how are you even able to focus?
I mean, some guys, depending on how they stroke, they can definitely focus on just like, you know, doing the stroke back and forth, but then like giving the pressure, because every nerve in your body connects to something. Mm-hmm. So if he's massaging your feet, he's giving you multiple sensations every place in your body. Mm-hmm. That could definitely sounds like something.
Have you ever gotten a foot massage during sex?
I have not. I've had my toes sucked.
Yeah, toes.
That's about it. I'm not really a feet girl like that. I don't need you massaging my feet too much. If I want a foot massage, I'm going to get my feet massaged by, no offense, some Asian lady in a white outfit, and that's it. I'm getting it done specifically.
Absolutely. Have you ever given out a foot massage during sex?
No, but I do bite and nibble and lick.
Feet,
legs.
Yes,
the whole thing. From the rooter to the tutor.
That's what's up. Yes. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at all. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't meet them guys. But we also talked about my sex party experience, which I've talked about on my YouTube as well. Make sure to go check that out at Mother Ish. I talked about going to, you know, one of the sex clubs that I've been to. I talked about my experience with that. And also a hand job during head. Like, he said he doesn't like hands during head.
I always use hands.
I told him, he told me that he had a big dick. And I told him, you cannot have a big dick and not expect hands.
Basically,
something. So he said he always moved the hands. And I said, listen.
You ain't going to get this whole mouth hitting that whole bottom of your shaft. You're not going to get all of the work. Because hands got to be involved, whether it's grabbing the balls or if it's touching the the sphincter muscle, engaging that muscle. I think that's what it's called.
The gooch.
The gooch, yeah, massaging the gooch. Something hand's going to be involved. I'm not just going to be using all mouth. I got many tricks to the trade over here. You're going to get all these tricks. You can't just get one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No. Well, for me, I told him that, okay, when we think about a big dick, right, that shit, what you think my mouth is about to hold that shit up? Because if it is, it's not for more than like 3 minutes. Like 2 minutes tops. Like, my mouth needs a break.
Yes.
That's when the hands go in play. It's no way that I'm not about to use my hands and you about to get all mouth. Like, no.
No, that's not how it works.
It's not happening. No. Like, I told him
I'm not about to get lockjaw for you.
Apparently he got, you know, them bitches that don't. And I mean, you know, shout out to y'all.
They do that for, that means they do that for a living. That means that's a talent.
That is a talent.
I call them throat monsters.
Yeah, there you go. Or they got that numbing spray that makes your throat muscles just disappear.
Have you ever used
I'm not, because I like to feel the sensation of the gag. I'm not about to be, because the thing, if you give head hard, the next day your throat is fucking sore as hell. So I'm like, I like to feel the sensation of it hitting the edge. I do not want to be going past that and I can't swallow food for the next 3 days. I'm not about to do that. I love food too much and I need to swallow food.
I literally asked the people last week, have y'all ever had a sore throat from sucking dick? And I have.
Yes.
It's normal.
Yes,
okay,
it's normal.
Because I'm always looking with the work. You know what I'm saying? These throats,
it hits the back cords. And sometimes you like that, the anger of the and it hurts a little bit, but you like that sometimes.
But you do. The tears start falling, and that's when you know you really getting in. When the tears start falling, you be like, you hitting other muscles that,
or when they push you away and they be like, hold up.
No, you don't get all this work.
And be like, all right, come back in. I'll be like, oh, okay.
Don't tell me to hold up while I'm sucking it.
Exactly, you're going to take it off.
You're going to take this.
No, not me.
Not me. No. Okay, and also, have you ever had someone also we talked about wearing shoes during sex. So sometimes during sex, if someone put their shoes on, like sometimes girls be getting offended. Or like they'll feel like, why the fuck are you putting on your shoes? Like, stopping the sex to put on your shoes.
Wait, what?
To continue the sex.
That's dumb as fuck
what?
To me. So I don't like socks during sex, and I don't necessarily like sneakers. Like, it depends on the position you're in, right? If you're slipping all over the place, by all means put some sneakers on and get that grip and get this motion going. Because I don't want you to like slipping in and out left and right. But if we're having missionary sex, why do you need to put your shoes on for it? That sounds weird to me. It makes no sense. What is wrong with you?
All you need
what
is
kind of
Timbs
human are you?
and a cabbie, you good.
A Timbs?
No.
No. So you've wore Timbs before?
Once. And that's only because she asked me to. Not Carol.
Oh,
yeah, she asked me to, yes. I was just like...
Why? Why do you... When she
me
told you
personally...
Did you not think why?
No, me personally, I'm butt ass naked. No socks, no nothing. I'm everything off.
That's so weird.
Okay.
I'm not gonna kink shame nobody.
Okay.
Get you at a fixation with boots. You like boots.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so I did talk about how, like, my experience was when a guy did stop and then go put on his shoes because he had, like, these hardwood floors, and I guess he didn't want to slide and slip.
Mm-hmm.
So it was for the grip because he wanted to hang off the bed.
I get that.
I
think that makes sense in the context of it.
Yeah, that was the context,
Yes.
and that's what he said. He did it, and I didn't trip. I didn't trip at all. Like, I was just like, go ahead, because I wanted him to, like, I knew he wanted to get in.
Work.
I knew he wanted to get in that pussy. And so I wanted to make sure.
He had to make sure he had his leverage good.
Yes.
Listen,
Don't
what you
slip
gotta
and
do
slide.
to get me to where I need to go, okay?
Exactly. Get it done.
Do what you need to do. If you want it to happen again, you gotta make me want it again. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, you have to. But yeah, so that's all we talked about a lot more, but y'all have to check out episode 37.
Yes, check it out.
37. Check out episode 37 to figure out what else we talked about, because it was a full hour of great combo. And today I have Miss Carolyn.
Hi, y'all.
With
Hello.
her partner. She brought her partner, and I'm so excited that they're
That's my
both
guy.
here from New York.
Yes.
What's
What's
up?
good?
What part of New York?
What's good?
The only part that matters, New York, Harlem.
Ooh.
Sorry, Manhattan.
Ooh.
He's from the Bronx,
Ooh.
but you know, Charlemagne said the crazy people from all of America's in Florida and the Bronx, so he crazy. I'm from the part that makes sense.
I mean,
From the part that makes
I don't
sense.
deny my craziness. But I am crazy.
Yes,
I think everybody has a little crazy.
Of course.
Just a little, not a lot though. He good. He did good crazy.
Before we get into our discussion this week, can I just tell y'all the dumb shit that I did? Like, I have a real confession, and you know, girls, let me know if I'm not the only one that ever did some dumb shit. Some dumb shit. Like, I feel like I got played. Like, I got played, actually. I feel like I got played, okay? So I'm explaining. Let me know if I got played.
All right, I'll let you know.
So, I went to Chicago earlier this week for a day. For a guy that I was dating for, like, we wasn't dating, but we was dating, like, since last year, New Year's. Like, I spent New Year's of this year with him. Like, I was in Chicago, spent with him. I met him in Atlanta last year. And so we just been messing around, whatever. Like, him as a person, I like him.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate the way he dressed. Sometimes I don't like him as a person. Sometimes I don't like how he talks to me. Sometimes, like, okay, so the last time we fell off, it was because I went to go visit him. And what happened? Oh, the last time we fell off was because he told me that he would give me some money for a camera. And he didn't. He lost the bet and he didn't give me the money. So then I cut him off. So then he was like, hey, I want a trip. I'm going away for my birthday. You know, do you want to come? No, I don't want to come because you told me that you was going to give me money for a camera.
And you didn't.
And you didn't. So I didn't go. So he was like, all right, well, I'm going to see you the money. I'm going to see you the money now. So he sent me the money. And we was talking about the trip. And I ended up still not going, but that was because he was like, yeah, so, you know, can you get any buddy passes for me? Because I work for the airport. I'm not going to tell y'all which airline, mind your business.
None of your business.
But he was like, you know, he wanted to me to get buddy passes for or whatever. So he's like, hey, like, are you going to pay for it? No.
No.
I'm not paying for your buddy pass ticket. I don't care if it's for your birthday or not. You don't ask me. My thing was,
let me offer.
Let me offer.
Yes. No.
But because you came at me like that, I felt like he was only coming back for that. You get what I'm saying? Because it was so close in range that, you know. And so I ended up just not going on a trip, and we just stopped talking after that. Like,
and that's that.
And that's really that. So then, I'm not going to lie, he had some good dick. So, you know, and then whenever I go to Chicago, that's who I was going to go see. So, long story short, we ended up linking up back again. Earlier this week, I just hit him up like, hey, I miss you. You know, one of those. And,
fellas, what that really translates into is exactly.
Long story short, I went out there and I spent the whole day with him, okay, y'all? So I went out there on Wednesday, spent the whole Wednesday with him, came home Thursday, y'all. Let me tell y'all, Wednesday, when I tell y'all I had bad vibes from the rip, it was the worst. When I got there, first of all, I got there at, my plane landed at like 9-something or something like that, and he was a whole hour late for picking me up.
Oh, hell no.
So that was one, right? But you what? No. I didn't trip. So that was it. I was in the airport for about an hour. I ain't trip. He came to pick me up. That was strike one. So he came to pick me up. He didn't apologize to me or nothing. You know, whatever. Give him
Straight
a hug.
two.
Hey, how
It
are
ain't
you?
LA.
Listen. Hey, how are you? He talk about traffic. That's what he said, traffic. So I said, you know, mind you, he knew I was coming out there since earlier that week. He told me to send him my itinerary, and I did. So he knew what time I would be at the airport. So that was one. So I get there, you know, whatever. We get to his crib. I kind of know that he was expecting some pussy when I got there, but I really went to sleep. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was tired.
Yeah, done.
And then I didn't want to fuck him because I'm like, I'm not too sure if I want to fuck him or not. So, anyway, I knew it was gonna happen because anytime I go out there to go see him, like, it's gonna happen. Like, it's cool, but it's the matter of when now. Yeah. So I get there, you know, we chilling, go to sleep. He had to go to like a coaching thing, and during like it was like between 2:30 and 5:30, he had to go coach. So cool. So I'm in his house the whole time he's away, and we're just texting. He's like, hey, you know, prior to me getting there, he told me that we was gonna go out to dinner and then we was gonna do hookah. While he was coaching, he texted me like, hey, you know, because my place that he originally wanted to go was closed, he wanted to do the movies instead.
Okay.
I didn't mind that. I said, okay, well, what do you want to see? He said Transporters or something. I don't know. Is Transporter out right now?
Transporter is mad.
Transformer? No.
Terminator.
Terminator.
It's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
That's out right now?
Yeah, Terminator's out.
He might have said that.
I'm like,
But either way, I wasn't interested in that. I said, let's go see that cop movie.
Black and Blue, which was
Blue.
good.
Yeah.
That shit was
Right.
good.
I've been hearing about it. I'm like, let's go see that. So I'm like, we can go see that and then go get some hookah, because I'm a hookah head. Are you a hookah head? I'm a hookah head.
I don't
like,
smoke anything. I
hookah.
just drink.
I love hookah. I love blowing smoke in the air. I love blowing O's. I love all that. So it's something that I need after we go out. So he's like, okay, cool. But then he changed, like, all right, so we're not going to the movies no more. We're going to go out to eat. So we took me somewhere else to eat. We went out to eat. Mind you, we had, the first thing that he did was give me this, he was like, you going to wear one of these tonight? So it basically was like a toy that you place in your vagina, and that he was able to control whenever it vibrates, right?
Yes,
so
bitch.
I'm like, fuck yeah, I was like, yeah, like now we getting along, like, you know what I'm
How
saying?
was your
So,
soup?
right. But prior to him coming home that day, we were talking about where we was gonna go for hookah that night. So he's like, you know what? Hookah's kind of far, and I'm like, why are you making that seem like it's a problem? First of all, if I'm coming to Chicago to see
you, do what I want to
you gotta make sure that I'm having a good time.
Basically.
So are you complaining? That's literally what I asked him, was,
Yeah.
is he complaining? And he never responded back, but he came home, whatever the case is. So mind you, I'm already like looking at this like, all right. So I'm upset, like you already trying to make this not too much of a work for you, and I don't like that. So whenever I want to fuck anybody, like I need them to place some type of work in, right? So I need you to at least pretend you give a fuck.
Exactly.
At least pretend you
in the
give
very
a fuck.
least.
Like, don't do shit where I feel like you don't give a fuck, because then I'm not gonna want to give you no pussy. My pussy and my mental is attached, like this. And so when he did that, you know, I'm trying to brush it off, because at the end of the day, I'm already out here. I'm saying I'm not trying to ruin the vibe with that's just that thing. So, you know, we get there, you know, he comes home, we're talking a little bit about my podcast, and he's like, have you ever talked about me doing my podcast? I'm like, sure the fuck did.
Of course I have.
And he wants to know what I talked about and shit like that. And I was just telling him, like,
you gotta listen.
And I told him what's happening, and I felt like he was censoring me. So I felt like it was a guy, because I felt like whenever we would go out and I'm too sexy, he'd be like,
we don't play that shit.
Right.
You gonna
So I
set me
told
the
him.
way you saw me. If
Right.
you saw me in these crop top and these cut up booties, you gonna like this every time.
Right. So I told him, I said, yes, I talked about you, and it was because I felt like you were censoring me. It was like the reason you liked me was because of this reason, and then as soon as you liked me, you was like, no, don't do this anymore.
No.
For the people, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
So he didn't want me.
Insecure.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
much.
mean, it is
Very
a fun. So he
hello.
told me, so we discussed it. I felt like that was a perfect opportunity to discuss that thing. And I was like, yeah, because that's why we cut each other off in the first place, is because I felt like you were censoring me. I couldn't deal with that. Like, I'm no longer dealing with no man that feels like, you know, I like you because you're open. But then when you start to really like me, now you got to be posed like, no, I don't like that. I like for you to take me as I am and accept me for who I am and motivate me for who I am.
Exactly. Promote that and accept
Promote
that.
it.
That's who I am.
So we talking about, he's like, no, I wasn't trying to censor you. So basically for New Year's Eve, I had this dress on. It was like a lace top, but the black parts of the black top was like covering my nipples. And he felt like that wasn't appropriate for a New Year's party.
New Year's party is a freaky party.
So I'm about to say,
How dare
everyone
you.
knows that you fuck.
First of all,
You fuck
can
from
barely
New
see
Year's
myself.
Eve
New Year's and
Eve
Halloween
into
and
New
Valentine's
Year's.
Day. That's when I'm putting all the sexy shit out.
Listen.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, you can get a little
Thank
PG.
you. I know it was
X is
tripping.
everything else.
And
no.
even this day, even to this day, when we talked about it, he was just like, I didn't think that was appropriate. Whatever.
You don't got things for you ain't wearing it. I am.
Listen,
Ain't what about
I
it?
wasn't even tripping. So then he's like, yeah, so what
He
you wearing
need help.
tonight? I'm like, I'm being sexy as usual.
Yeah.
And he's like, ugh, I didn't know you were going to be sexy. So whatever. He's kind of sort of giving me just dry vibes.
Like, first of all, when am I not sexy?
When I tell you that this man was giving me vibes that, do you fucking like me vibes? Like, you
Oh,
know what I'm
God,
saying?
that's
So
the
I felt
worst.
like, so I literally asked him, I'm like, damn, I'm confused. Do you like me or not? Like, you sitting there telling me that, oh, I ain't expect for this. And I'm just telling you, like, every time we go out, you know I throw on that shit. Every
Yup.
time we go out, you
Yup.
know I'm looking good.
I'm
like,
putting my best foot
what are you
forward.
trying to
You're not dealing with the bum bitch here.
At
This
all.
is, you're going to get all of this and you're going to like it.
Every
all the time or
time.
not at all.
So,
Because the minute the bitch starts slipping, that's when they're going to be like, he'll go to the next one trying to find, like, you slipping off. Nah, I'm
Right.
always on. You can never say that I'm slipping.
right.
Always
So,
on.
when we went out, so basically he came home and we ended up having sex after that fact because this was afterwards, we talking and shit. And I've been in the crib the whole time he was away, so I drank the whole bottle of wine. I'm lit. Let's
He was
get
ready.
fucked before we go out. I was like, let's get fucked before we go out. I said, let's fuck before we go out, and then after we come back, like, period.
Mhm.
Like, so we did that, and, you know, I'm getting dressed or whatever, and he's like, yeah, well, how long you gonna take to get ready? I'm like, give me an hour. That's very short by the time I
For
get
women.
ready. By the way,
Mhm.
but I let him give me an hour. I already took a shower.
Hold
and
on,
shit.
hold on. Did you actually get ready within that hour?
Yes,
Because
I really did. I really did.
She was
because
ready.
I already was showered prior to us fucking, so all I had to do was really just clean my kitty cat and
Oh, okay.
do my makeup, and then
I'm just
we're ready
making
to
sure
go.
because y'all
And my hair.
Because y'all say an hour,
Yeah.
and I just
I really meant an hour this
I
time.
just add a zero to the end of that and be like, yeah.
No, because we
10.
were on the time thing. So say it was like 8 o'clock. If places close at 10, 11, I want to at least be there for an hour.
Yeah.
So I get ready by 9. We get there by 9:30, 10:30,
Mhm.
11 o'clock. Places closed. So I wanted to get
Yeah.
there before at least 11.
Yeah.
Before they have that time. So we go out, and it was fucking. First of all, the toy that he gave me that goes inside my vagina, it kept breaking. It just wasn't working. Like, my thighs were too big. I'm gonna do a whole review of this on my YouTube on the toy. It just wasn't working. And then when we went out to the hookah place that I wanted to go to, you know, the place that he said was too far or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
When we
Bullshit.
get to that place, he's so fucking boring.
Oh.
Oh my god. Like, this motherfucker, I'm like, so I asked him, I'm like, why don't you ever talk to me? Like, you don't ever have any type of engaging conversations. Like, I literally told him that his nickname is Pop Pop. And he was like, I don't like that nickname. I was like, why can't you act like a pop-up? Like, other than the dick, like, you boring. Like, that's it. Like,
That's bad though. I can't engage in that.
honestly,
I
so
can't
I'm
all
like,
the
you know,
time.
all right, so at the end of the day, I'm already here. So I
Yeah.
gotta make the best of my time
Exactly.
left, right?
True.
So we smoke, I'm smoking hookah because he don't smoke hookah. But then when we get there, he wanna smoke some hookah. So I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
you
Papa.
brand new motherfucker.
Okay, Papa.
Alright.
So I give him the hookah. I have a good time. I'm over there mingling with other people because he's not really paying me no mind.
Yeah.
I got my legs on him so that y'all know I'm with him, but I'm gonna be
Mhm.
talking to this person behind me. So, you know, we're talking, and it's just like, you know, we leave. So we leave the hookah place. Yo, why did we get into an argument about the music? He wanted to play some old school shit, and I'm like, yo, I'm lit right now.
You
I
can't
don't
do
want to
that.
listen to that.
Can't do
At
that.
all.
You gotta
So
put
I
the good
kept
stuff
listen,
on.
yo. I kept changing the channel. Like, you gotta play something else. So he's
Yeah.
like, he literally pops me. So I literally punched him, his fucking arm. Like, don't fucking pop me because I'm not your child.
Oh
Period. I don't give a fuck if I keep touching the speaker or not. He's like, this is my car. Like, I'm the driver. I said, first of all, I'm a visitor
You gotta
in
be
your
comfortable.
town. So if I'm here to see you, you have to make it very comfortable for me to be here because I just came out of Philadelphia to Chicago to see you.
Yep.
So why
And
are
it's
you
definitely
sitting here?
colder in Chicago.
You really trying to argue with me
Over
about the
radio.
music? Like, are you serious about? Yo, all day was about you. Like,
It's supposed to be.
I
I'm
just want to
visiting
be.
you.
That's what the fuck I
Supposed to
said.
make you feel comfortable.
That's
That's how
what
it's
the
supposed to
fuck
be.
I said. I said when you come
Fuck.
to Philly, I'm gonna make sure you're good.
Basically.
So what's your whole thing right now? So he's like, I just want this thing. So I let him play old school music, and I pulled out my phone and I played some Future while he was playing his.
They put on a Chris Brown now.
Fuck no, because I wanted to let him know
about you.
Period. So he's like, I guess he's upset about that on the whole way home. So we get in.
You guess he was upset about that?
Whatever. Hey, we get in, and I'm like, all right. So I'm still playing music. I'm just walking around the fucking apartment naked. So that he knows, like, no, nigga, you might not get no pussy tonight.
Nope.
Fucked it up. So we get in bed, and let me tell y'all, I had the worst sex experience because it was like I wanted some sex, but I just wasn't feeling him.
That happens.
So of course we using condoms now. So he's like, we never used condoms before. I'm like, we didn't? He's like, no, like, the first time we had sex, you told me to take it off. I really don't remember that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember that I told him to take off no fucking condom. But because I don't remember it, I have to let that go. I can't argue it. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm into condoms now.
Yes, what condom forever.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm into condoms now. So he's like, okay. So he happens to use the same condoms that I use. So we're using condoms, and it just wasn't a good sex session. And I just knew from that moment that I probably won't be back in Chicago. And so let me tell you the playing part.
Oh Jesus,
so
we not done.
So
there's a lot of plot to this one.
Have sex. I bring out my toy because the dick wasn't doing it, so I had to bring out my toy.
He was pushing rope.
Huh?
He was pushing rope. It wasn't as hard as he wanted it.
No, he was hard, but it just the connection wasn't there. My pussy kept drying up.
Oh.
Like literally kept drying up. So I'm like, oh, this is weird because this usually doesn't happen. So I'm like, okay, so let me get my toy so that I can get extra sensation with your dick in it, with my anal toy in my butt.
Hey,
I had it all. Like, he was a little curious about my anal toy, but I'm like, this is not the time. I need to nut, and I need you to focus. So
do what I need you to do.
We're sitting there, we're fucking whatever. It wasn't a good one. I'm not even gonna lie. So we went to sleep, and I kind of just felt him. Like I don't know. We wasn't cuddle. We didn't cuddle after that night. Like, we kind of did, but we didn't. Like, it was like, all right, get off. Like,
Yeah, it's just, you got what you needed in your done.
Yeah, it was like, so we slept. Like, he literally slept with his head that way, and I slept with my head that way, and that was fine. So the next morning, we get to the airport, and, we talking and shit. And I'm trying to get some food before I go to the flight, and he's like, we don't got no Dunkin' Donuts around here. Girl, I Googled Dunkin' Donuts. It was like 2 minutes away. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, Dunkin' Donuts is around here. Like,
that means this motherfucker didn't want to go. And
didn't want to
already,
go.
like, you, the most
so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to the airport. It's okay. No problem. So I get to the airport. I'm sitting there. I go through checkpoint. I'm like, so I called him. I'm like, hey, can you cash at me some money for some breakfast? Because either way, you were going to send it. You were going to spend money on breakfast. So I'm like, cash at me some money for some breakfast. Do you know this man hung up on me? This man
trash.
He was like, hello. I was like, yeah, could you do me a favor and cash at me some money for some breakfast? And he was like, click. I said, hello. Do you hear me? He said, click. I said, I know this nigga didn't just fucking hang up on me. So I called back like, no, this nigga didn't just do that. No, this nigga. So I called back. I said, okay, straight to the voicemail. Okay. So let me call back. So let me go back again. So I swear to God, I called this nigga 5 times before I text this man because I'm like, you really gonna do this over some breakfast, nigga? Mind you, I'm not a broke bitch, so I definitely have the money for anything that I fucking want. It's the principle of the matter. But I asked you, and you really tried to do it whereas though it was, first of all, I don't ever want food to be a problem, okay? No. So what if it was that, I actually had to pay for my flight, and I actually had to come out here to see you, and you would really leave me hanging? Like, what if I was really broke? Yeah, that's so you were really leaving me hanging? Fuck shit. That's really out of pocket. So I text him like, you know what? I got your address. I will put it out there. Don't fucking play with me. I'm not really that crazy, but I wanted to make sure I had that crazy in me. So I had to make sure. So I sent him his address and let him know what apartment building he was in, and let you know, listen, if you don't answer the fucking phone, and have somebody show up in 0.5 seconds. Don't play me. Okay? So I called him again, and he didn't answer.
Or for $5, or for some two for $5s.
Listen,
it's the principle.
I could not believe. Listen,
about to be some
I could not believe
that.
That shit never happened to me. Okay? Never in my life have I ever been played that on that level. Okay? So that was the first for me. And
it'll be the last.
It will definitely be the fucking last
again.
Because never. He blocked for one.
Yes.
But I definitely did text him like, you know what? I'm not even going to expose your address. I'm not even going to expose anything. I said, you know what? God got me at the end of the day. I'm like, if anybody taking the loss, it's you. No bitch is gonna fly out to see you.
No.
Period. Like none. You just better be lucky I didn't have to pay for my fucking flight.
It'd been a problem.
It'd been a fucking problem, y'all. If y'all ever have any like situations like that where you felt like, yo, this nigga really fucking tried me, let me know. Like, I know I can't be the only one out here where niggas tried.
Of course,
You
they
know what I'm
always
saying?
do.
So it's like, you know, if anybody have any similar stories, make sure y'all share them.
Gotta
Make
check
sure y'all
the
share
ass
them.
when you do.
But enough about me. Okay, enough about me. We're gonna go right into Carolyn. Go ahead. Please talk about your Tales of Tony website. Like, she has a blog site where she shares her experiences with just different people. You got a couple fuck nigga stories in there.
Okay. So the whole podcast, the whole blog started with me just bitching about.
First, let them know where they can find.
Oh yeah, so talesoftony.com. That's TALESOF. Sorry, OFTONEY.
We're lit.
We've been drinking.
We're lit, y'all.
OFTONEY.com, my last name. So, yeah, the blog pretty much started about me just bitching about my adventures in dating. Like, after being in a relationship for so long and being single, I started getting back out there dating, and it was fuckboy after fuckboy after fuckboy, shit after shit after shit, ghosting here and there. Like, it was just a hot ass mess. And so I'm like, I can't be the only bitch experiencing these problems. And I would tell my friends and they would laugh at me, but I'm like, no, this is what the fuck I'm really dealing with. This nigga did this nigga did that. And so I finally decided to put it on paper and write it and put it out there for the world to read. And yeah, eventually there was a tide turned where it was no longer horrible. It became great. And I'm like, well, I don't want to stop writing about it now. So now I got to write about me fucking and all my sexcapades and going to sex clubs and sex parties. And now I'm polyamorous, not monogamous, bisexual. Like,
living her best
fucking life. It's been such a revelation, and I've never been so happy in my life than I am right now. It's amazing.
I'm listening.
Yes.
Read her sex podcast because I'm telling y'all, that shit'll make you feel like you ain't living.
Yes.
You ain't living.
Yes.
Okay? You're not having an amazing sex life.
No, you are not.
Level up. So I want to backtrack a little bit on the status of your status.
Okay.
So basically, I've heard her on Horrible Decisions, yo. That is my favorite. Them bitches, they lit, okay?
Yes, they
Them
are.
bitches are lit. And
Shout out to Mandy and Weezy.
Shout out to y'all, okay?
Yes.
Shout out to Mandy. Shout out to Weezy.
And shit, I'm 30. Call a woman.
Oh, yes. And I heard her. And I just basically want to bring awareness to herpes.
Yes, herpes.
HPV.
Well, no. Okay, so herpes is HSV, and human simplex virus, and or herpes simplex virus, and then type 1 or type 2, and then HPV is human papillomavirus. I do not have HPV. I have HSV, which is herpes. Yes. And
So what's HPV?
Human papillomavirus can lead to genital cancer, can lead to cervical cancer in men and women, but it can or pelvic cancer in men, but it's also known as genital warts.
Wait, pelvic cancer in men?
Testicular cancer. Actually, don't fact check me on that, but I know it can definitely lead to cervical cancer in women. If depending on the type you have. That's why if you are a parent, have your children vaccinated for the HPV vaccine. As you know, just do that to be safe and care for their genitals and their cervical lives. You know.
So I did hear you speak on what was the last?
Carla Ramirez, Shit I'm 30.
Yeah, Shit I'm 30 podcast, and talked about the several types of HSVP.
No,
HSV.
They're different. Okay,
HSV.
so
I'm
human
sorry,
herpes
y'all. I'm
virus.
still learning.
Yes,
Still learning.
So there are 8 types of herpes overall. I don't know all the names, but if you think about shingles is one, chickenpox is one.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really thought shingles and chickenpox was the same thing.
No. So chickenpox, essentially, you get it as children. Most people get it as kids. It lays once the actual virus goes away, like the chickenpox goes away, it lays in your system dormant, and then it can resurface later in life as shingles and an adult. So that's what that is. It's a
so basically it's
mutation
the adult version versus the kitty version.
Yes, of chickenpox. Yes.
Okay, look at that, y'all. So when you say dormant, let's explain to the people what dormant means, because I just feel like people don't understand.
All right.
The fuck that means.
Oh, okay.
It's very important to know
yes.
this.
So dormant essentially means that the way a virus works is it lays in your system, And there are moments when the virus can be active where you're having outbreaks or you're having any symptoms, and there are times when the virus is not active it still exists in your body, but it's just sleeping. It's not doing anything. It's not causing any discomfort, but it's still there. Will always be there forever. It's not going to go away.
Okay.
It just stays
so
dormant.
herpes is considered a dormant ST?
No, it's a neurological virus. So it lives in the it lives in your nerve endings, and it either travels out through the top nerve endings, or it goes to your oral area, your mouth, your eyes, your lips, whatever.
Which is like the cold sores and
yes,
stuff.
yes. And then you also have genital herpes, which is the one that everybody's so scared of, the one that's the bad herpes, when in reality, they're both essentially the same freaking type of herpes.
Okay.
The outbreak will present the same. The virus can be spread to both areas. Type 1 versus type 2 is just the difference in the type, has nothing to do with the location.
Okay, so just to be clear, if someone has
cold
sore on their lip and they decide to eat someone out,
yes,
they can give that person
genital herpes. And if it's assumed type 1. But cold sores are herpes. I'll repeat that again. Cold sores are herpes. So people who sit there and assume that their cold sores are not herpes are ill-informed. You have herpes if you ever get a cold sore. It may not, and again, you could have gotten it from your mom kissing you as a child, or your aunt kissing you as a child, and that's why the type 1, which is mostly the oral version of it, isn't as highly stigmatized as the genital one.
Right.
Because the genitals, you catch it from having sex for the
Right.
most part, but you can definitely
But it's skin against skin contact, which is
yes.
the main thing.
Yes.
Yes.
So you don't even have to be having sex.
No, you don't.
No.
And condoms don't protect it either. Like, you can have sex with a condom and still contract it, the way I contracted mine.
Right.
Yes.
I read how you I see how you like voice how you contracted yours, which is you were able to actually pinpoint
Yes.
who gave it to you.
Yes.
And and that's because of specified time, correct?
Yes. Normally, the virus takes about, so when you're getting tested for any STDs, it takes, unless it's like chlamydia, trichomonas, syphilis, those things, you can get tested on the spot. It tests for the antibodies or it tests for the virus directly. Most viruses, however, like HIV, for example, herpes, they test for the antibodies, not the virus. So it takes about 3 to 6 months for your body to develop antibodies for the virus. So that's what they're testing for.
When you say antibodies, those are
The things that are meant to fight any virus that enters your
Okay.
body. So if you've never been exposed to herpes in your life, cold sores or genital, you will not have antibodies for the virus. However, that is very specific to the point where just because your test shows negative right now does not mean you've never been exposed to it yet. Example, if I had sex in January and I had sex with a herpes positive person, and say February I had a lesion that came back positive for the virus, if I get tested in February, my results still may pop up negative because that window takes 3 to 6 months to show. So a lot of people, when they're diagnosed, they automatically go to the person, you gave me herpes, and which is the worst thing to do because when you tell someone, the stigma is still very strong. Herpes means dirty, herpes means this, and if you tell someone you gave me this virus, you're essentially saying you're this and you gave me this.
Not only with herpes, but STDs.
STDs, period. Yeah. It's better to sit there and have the conversation of when was the last time you were tested? Well, how do you know this was tested for? Let's be safe. Let's practice this instead of accusing, because accusing just causes someone to shut their mouth and turn the door.
I really hate when people like do that. Like I remember I had an episode where I was talking about how to tell your partner if you have an STD or not, right? So I did have chlamydia at one point, and I had to tell someone who I wasn't even sexually involved with them, but we got close to it. Like his dick rubbed my vagina. Like we were like grinding on each other a little bit, because I didn't plan to have sex. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have plans on having sex, but we were grinding, and I ended up having to tell him because I didn't find out that I had this disease till like a day prior to us doing that, but I didn't plan on us doing that.
Yes.
I planned to really treat it prior to telling him, no lie, because that's something that can go away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's no need to tell him if it's not going to be here when we do have sex. But because we did kind of sort of engage in some type of sexual activity, I had to tell him. I'm like, listen, like, that's when I'm in person, you know, because I felt like over the phone things can be misconstrued
Exactly.
very badly, and I felt like that's something that you got to be kind of serious about.
Yes.
And I was just like, let me see you, and I just told him or whatever, and I want to talk about, like, how do you suggest telling people when you do have something that's non-curable,
Yeah.
like herpes?
Yeah. Essentially.
I mean, first, do you believe that it's non-curable? Because I have read some stories.
Okay. I believe that as of right now, it is an incurable virus.
Okay.
Now, if there's a cure that comes out, great, all means, it'll be perfectly wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, it is not curable. So the people who are telling you just drink these herbal potions and all that stuff, it's a scam to get your money. At the end of the day, do not fall for it. And all these people that sit there and say, well, if you live this organic and vegan and lifestyle, and unless you're willing to really change your whole lifestyle to hopefully get rid of this virus, then again, just accept the fact that you have it. And until there's a cure that comes along that's approved by everything and everyone, it is what it is.
Right.
It is, and it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it right now except for live in that truth of it and move forward and be as ethically safe as possible with your partners. That's it. I just tell my partners flat out, it depends on how I met them. It depends on where we are in a relationship. It depends on how I read them. I don't sit there and tell everybody that I meet because certain people are not. If I go on a first date with you, or if I go on a second date with you, I don't even like you from that point on. There's no need for me. Having I told you on the first date wouldn't change how I feel about you on the second date if I don't like you after the second date. So I gauge it based on how I feel about you,
So you typically think third date?
Yeah, second or third date. Granted, you don't want to lead someone on. But if you know within the second that you may want to see them again, I say about a third date, especially a lot of times now, conversations lead to sex super fast. Where like, after the first date, they be like, well, I want to give you a body massage and kiss all over your body.
I want to eat that pussy.
Basically, I'm like, okay, fine, I guess we have to have this talk now because you keep going there. And I can't keep evading it because my body speaks to me. I want to have sex too, so rather let you know first and foremost. But I always lead it with a more of an educational standpoint versus just saying, I have herpes and then waiting for you to respond back. It's more of I've been diagnosed with this virus. When was the last time you were tested? Or if you don't want to leave with your exposure, you can always sit there and ask them, well, when was the last time you got tested? You know, what are your practices? How do you protect yourself and your partner? And that also gives you an insight as to who they are as people. Because you wouldn't want someone who's, quote-unquote, living reckless is a bad term to use, but you want to know that they're doing everything that's possible to protect themselves and their partners. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be with someone who's sleeping with 25 people unprotected. I wouldn't want that myself. So I would want to know, what are you doing? Now, granted, you can always lie to me.
Yeah, right.
I'm hoping.
But you're doing your part.
Yes, exactly. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm hoping that me being honest with you is gonna push you to be honest with me.
Right.
And then in other steps is to sit there and say, well, let's go get tested before we become intimate. Which again, in this hookup culture, is very hard to do because most people are fucking the day they meet.
Girl.
And again, that's where if you're fucking this freely, how about you go get tested and everything is portal friendly now. You can download the fucking shit on your phone and keep it as an app. I got this shit on mine. These are my results within the last 2 months at least. This is what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah, my doctors do that too.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, because herpes is not the only STD that
it really isn't.
Is really, honestly, I would consider herpes a little safer than the other STD. I know that sounds kind of crazy to say, but I did hear that syphilis causes like certain types of
sterile.
Yeah, like it can make you sterile.
Yes, and you can die.
Yeah. You can die.
You won't die from herpes.
Can you die from herpes?
No, it can be highly uncomfortable. Now, the same way people won't die of HIV, right? But it can lead to AIDS, and the complications you acquire through AIDS can, as your immune system's already impacted, that can kill you. But herpes itself, you will never die from. It can be highly uncomfortable sometimes for certain people. You already have a compromised immune system. Like, if you're HIV positive and you get herpes on top of that, it could be extremely painful for you. If you have lupus, for example, or any nerve-affecting viruses, or like psoriasis or anything like that, it can be extremely painful and it can take another step. But if you're a quote-unquote average healthy person, you contract herpes, it may just be uncomfortable from time to time, but you're not going to die from it, period.
Okay. So nobody's ever died from herpes.
No. And you'll see those posts of, oh, this woman had a newborn baby, and like, that's rare occasions, and the baby is newborn, therefore they don't have any immune system. And 9 times out of 10, they contracted it from the mom or the parent or the family member and didn't know about it. They already had an system because, again, it's not tested for.
Exactly. Let's speak on that because I remember I hearing you say that it's a certain type of test that you must specifically ask for in order to include herpes in that test.
Yes.
Because herpes is not tested. So when y'all go to the clinic and y'all be like, yeah, I just want to get tested for everything. Herpes is not in everything.
No, it's
not.
No, it's not.
So you have to be very specific in what you're asking for. What's the name of that test?
It is called a 10-panel STD test. And or or if you're, because I know that's also a version if you purchase it at home, but who wants to find out that it's positive at home? You don't want to do that.
Wait, there's a test that you can test at home.
You can order it online, and you can
there's a test for everything.
Yes, but would you really want to find out that you're
No.
positive at home?
No.
Exactly. No one wants to know that shit. You don't, because how you want to deal
That's
with that?
serious. That's a serious test, and I feel like you shouldn't be. I think anything that you take at home other than a pregnancy test, even sometimes pregnancy tests can be a little phony.
Tell me about it.
So,
Tell me about it.
you know, I think that's kind of scary to be playing with yourself like that.
I wouldn't want to. I like that I found that in the doctor's office, even though doctors don't. A lot of doctors are misinformed. There's a lot of miscommunication in the medical community.
That. So when you first no, seriously, because when you first got diagnosed, what did the doctor tell you?
My doctor said,
did he tell you like?
She told me that, okay, so originally I actually had an outbreak. I had a couple blisters, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I used to shave, so I didn't think of it as herpes. I was like, oh, I know my partners, ain't nobody doing shit. I ain't seen nothing on nobody's dicks. I'm good. It's probably just an ingrown hair. She tested, a week later, comes back positive for genital herpes type 2. And so she's like, okay, well, just use condoms, take your medication, and you should be fine. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, you'll be fine. I'm like, okay.
Right.
And that was it. She never said you have to tell your partners, you have to disclose, you have to do any of these things. So again, I didn't know.
Right.
Then I also asked my friend who had a history of oral outbreaks, like assumed type 1, cold sores, but they were really, really big and really, really, she would miss work for like weeks. Because cold sores, they were like all over her face, really bad. And so I asked her.
All over her face?
Yes.
Okay, so
like not like maybe I want to say like here.
Yeah, but whenever I had like cold sores on my face, it would usually be one area or one area.
She would
so
get
you're saying
bad.
all over your lips.
Yes, she would get them like bad.
Is that just because of her body, right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, it can be minuscule to some people, it can be maximum to others.
Okay.
It acts so different in every person's body.
Right,
It's insane.
Because even some people can never have a symptom
Exactly.
and have it. That's very important right there.
Yes.
Okay, that is a key note.
Yes.
You could be living with herpes right now, and you would never know because you don't even know the name of the test that you're supposed to ask for in order to even get that tested. Yep. Mind you, most people that find out they have herpes is usually after an outbreak.
Yes.
Let's just be clear.
Yes. And
I just want to help with that destigmatizing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's true, doctors really don't know.
They don't know.
They don't, because like
because there's not enough research on it.
Well, because I went and got tested myself recently, and I asked for the test. He's like, "Did you go to a CDC doctor?"
Wow.
And he's like, "Did he tell you need to get this done?"
Wow.
I was just like, "No." I was like, "I just want it done because
they don't even want you to get tested for that.
No. He's like,
because
he literally looked at me. He's like, "What you need this for?" I was like, "Cause I want it done."
Yes.
Right.
He's like, "Did you go to CDC to talk to the doctor?" I was like, "No, I just want it done because I know it's not included in the regular test."
Yeah.
The fact that they give you hell
yes.
for extra testing,
they do.
like, no, these doctors don't want us great.
No.
And
even my other partner, so he's a dancer. He doesn't have like insurance, like traditional insurance. So he went to like a City MD clinic because in New York we have a lot of City MDs, like walk-in facilities, and they didn't test for it. He's like, well, they don't include it in the testing. So he still doesn't know whether or not. My other partner, luckily, he found out prior to us becoming intimate that he had both 1 and type 2, but he never had an outbreak. So he would
look at that. Someone just found out they had it and never had an outbreak. Whoa! Really? This is possible.
A lot of people don't know that they have it, and the thing is,
what is the statistic now?
It's 1 in 3 people who have any one or both types. Yes, it's so common. It's so common, and again, especially when you think people who don't think about cold sores as herpes. Half the people in the groups that I'm a part of. The leader of the group that I'm a part of, which is called Love Profound, which is it's a city-based meetup in New York City. We meet up once a month. The leader of the group, who started the group, she contracted type 1 genitally from a partner who went down on her, who had oral herpes and didn't have that conversation. I even had a partner who I was dating, and we were about to become intimate, like last year, I want to say. We were dating, we were about to have sex. I had to tell her, I was like, just so you know, I have genital herpes, I just want to make sure you're fully aware of whatever risk that may come with it. His response to me was, thank you for telling me. I actually passed my girlfriend genital herpes when I went down on her with a cold sore. And I was like,
wow.
And now, it begged, my mother asked me after the fact, she's like, well, would he have told you if you didn't ask him? He probably wouldn't have.
Right.
And again, because the thing is that a lot of people think you have to have the sore to pass it. You don't have to have a sore at all to pass the virus too.
So you do not need a breakout to pass on the virus.
Yeah, exactly. It's always, essentially, it's a luck of the draw. Because for what it's worth, for the years that I've been positive, none of my partners have tested positive. Thankfully. But
you're having protective sex as well.
I am.
So does that help or hurt?
For me, technically it doesn't, because my area of affliction is like the pubic hair region.
Okay.
So if you can have a condom on your dick, but if our genitals are rubbing, like our pubic hairs are rubbing, that's how I contracted mine, because I use a condom.
Okay.
But so it's really a matter of, even if you have like it internally inside your vagina or on your shaft, it's always a chance. You just have to, your partner just has to be comfortable with assuming that risk may happen.
Right.
And even so, I always say to this part, I know that I have herpes, therefore I tell you that I do, and I'm giving you the choice.
Right.
The person that you may have sex with, if you turn me down tonight, you go out to a bar tomorrow night, and you take home random stranger B, they may have herpes and I know it, and next thing you know, you're coming back with herpes, and you just told me no, but you end up with it anyway.
Right.
So it's just be as smart as possible.
Communication.
Communication is key.
Yes.
Talk to your partner. Talk about getting testing, and it's just, if you're gonna choose to have sex and not get tested and or not question, that is your choice. But don't get mad if something comes back after the fact.
And that's exactly why I say that don't think hoeing is how you get STDs, because that's not how
I was in a
happens.
monogamous committed relationship using a condom with my partner that I was dating for
the
almost
risk you
6+
take
months.
for having risky behavior, because there STDs, I think I got prior to this year, honestly, I was not a condom user. I'm not even gonna lie, and that's usually because whenever it's time to get ready, I be like, where the condom at? Oh, I don't got one. I be horny as shit. You think I want to pass up on some fucking dick?
Gotta go to the store now and get a Rough Rider pack? The bullshit.
I know it's smarter to do it, but we've all been there when a dick is there, and we're just like, did we do it or not? And we do it or not? And we do it. 9 times out of 10 you doing it. Like, come on. Like,
that's a fact, because twice I've been told, like, what you putting a condom on for? I was like, oh,
or
okay.
the nigga,
Oh, okay.
You tripping.
Whatever.
Exactly, whatever.
Exactly.
And then there's not even times, it's been times in the past now, this year, where I'm like, do you have a condom? Oh, no. Well, I do.
Yeah, pull it out. Get ready. I come prepared. I
For
always
real,
got condoms.
I have condoms now, so I'm like an advocate for condoms, where my slogan is "Make condoms great again."
Yes. Or I use
Right.
witCONDOM forever.
Okay, I like that. We should make that a shirt. witCONDOM forever. But yes, I mean, people think that babies are my fear, and it's not.
What?
Babies, like when they be like, "What you want to use condom for? Aren't you on birth control?"
You know, like I was sleeping with this guy. I want to say about 2-3 years ago, whatever. One of the stories that I'm actually writing in my memoir. But we were having sex, and he was like, "Well, you on birth control?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on birth control." He's like, "Well, why are we using a condom for?" Because I don't know what the fuck you're doing out behind me, outside of me. Like, I just went on literally
like
2
your
dates
health
with
don't
you.
matter. Like your health don't
Not
matter.
at
Just the
all.
baby.
Like, I went on 2 dates with you, and you're ready to start fucking me without a condom. Well, how about no? Like, because my mind is, if you're fucking me without a condom, that means you may fuck the last bitch without a condom. And then that last bitch, and who's to say she did fuck the next bitch without a condom? And I'm like, that's too many questions for me to wonder. I can't sleep. At least I can sit there and know, okay, I can at least pinpoint possible lane of travel. If I know if I slept with you without a condom, and you slept with her without a condom, she may have slept with this without a condom. I can't do that to myself anymore.
And that's usually what
I can't.
it is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I need to know. We fucking with a condom, and that's it. That's it. Like, even my other partners, I don't know what they do outside of me, and I'm like, I hope you guys are doing. I told you. My thing is, I need you to get tested for me, so my sanity's sake, at least for right now. If you don't make them get tested, that's not my problem. I know I'm using a condom with you, so I really don't care after that. You know, and I hope for the best, because at the end of the day, when you have sex with someone, you are signing an invisible contract for your sexual health.
You are.
You're hoping for the best. You're doing what you're going to do. You're getting your rocks off, but you're signing that invisible contract, and that's what it boils down to. Unless you're going to marry the person you fell in love with in elementary school, and that's your only partner for the rest of your life, then if that's what you want to do, good luck to you. But that is not how I live my life, and that is not how 85% of America, almost 90% of the world lives their life.
Yes.
It's not the truth.
And that's actually the point of my podcast, which is to destigmatize all of the STDs, not only herpes, but not only chlamydia, not only gonorrhea, but all of them, only for it to become a healthier conversation.
Yes.
In order for all y'all people out there that's fucking.
Yep.
Period. Like,
everybody fucking.
I needed to not be taboo. I needed to not be
Yeah.
taboo anymore.
Because
like,
everybody's
it
to fuck.
has got us nowhere.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
The STD rates are up here.
Skyrocketing.
Okay? And half of y'all don't even know.
Yep.
So how do these people know? Because every time somebody goes in there, they have something.
Mm-hmm.
When do you, anytime anybody goes to the clinic,
they only go
you got
after the
something.
fact. Nobody goes in for preventative measures. They going after the fact. And again, the reality is going to the doctor won't make sure you don't. It will only tell you if you have something.
Right.
It won't prevent it. But having these conversations before becoming
Because
intimate,
they ain't
may
having the
prevent it.
conversation.
Exactly.
These doctors are not informing.
They're not. There's so much
They're
misinformation.
letting y'all know what it is. They give you a little 3-page pamphlet.
If
and
they
read
have
it.
that, because there's none of that.
And that's all they know. Once that they
Yes.
probably read the
First of all,
pamphlet.
they done printed it out from Google. You done have 5 pages of
Yep.
what the fuck you got. Because they printed it out. They don't
Yes.
know shit.
No,
And
they
that's
don't.
it. Like,
It's
they just
crazy.
be,
They learned about it just as fast as you did. It'd be like,
Mhm.
oh, I just read this, so here you go.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, seriously.
Exactly.
No,
or
it's
they,
crazy.
But
or
it's
they might
true.
seen it from the last person, but everybody's different.
Everybody's different. Like,
Everybody's
a
absolutely
person can go
different.
from having 0 symptoms to outbreaks once a week, to outbreaks once a month, to outbreaks once every 5 years, to never having outbreaks, to having extensive nerve pains. It can go across the board. And the only information, the best information is just go get tested and talk to your partners.
Take care of yourself. Okay?
Exactly. If you're fucking, there's no reason why. If I could drop down to my knees and suck this guy's dick at the club or at the back of the bathroom and take him home, there's no reason why I shouldn't be as comfortable fucking and sucking and sit there saying, when's the last time you were tested?
Period.
That should be just as easy. The fact that people don't even want to have that conversation
Never.
is a
At
mood
all.
killer.
What?
Boggles my mind. It's
What?
crazy.
When I tell you now, this year has been my most sex positive year. You know, I told you before how I'm trying to become more comfortable in asking guys about their status.
Yes.
Making guys wear condoms.
Mm-hmm.
Making them do things that they probably aren't used to doing with other girls. And I'm just curious, like, why? Like, what is the, like, what's the fear, right? Because it is the fear that's holding us
Ignorance
back, right?
is bliss. They don't want to
And
know.
so the fear, so I'm trying to think of a time where I never had the conversation because it made people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But when you start having it more often, it'll become less comfortable and more like personal because you want to care about yourself.
Yes.
Like at the end of the day, please take care of yourself. That's all we're asking, and it will be a change.
Yeah.
But if y'all don't, if females specifically, I'm talking to you because y'all the one with the pussies, right?
Yep.
We're
We
the
feel
ones-
everything. Guys don't feel shit.
We're the ones who most of the time the symptoms come on
Yes.
to us. Like most of the times these niggas not having no symptoms.
No.
Most of the time these niggas don't even fucking know. The
Nope.
way they know that they have something is when a girl tells them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Let that fucking be a food for thought.
One
Because-
of the members in my group, she actually contracted. She was a virgin, so she started having sex with her one partner. She contracted herpes from him. He didn't know that the occasional rash that she was having on his dick was herpes. He was just having it and thought it was jock itch, like, because guys get itchy balls. You know, they shave, their hair itches, whatever. She didn't know. She goes to the doctor. They're like, well, you know, you have genital herpes. She's like, what? I've only been with one partner my whole entire life. And he goes back and he's like, so he goes to the doctor, finally gets tested. He's like, oh shit, I know that's what that was. There you go.
Stupid.
Be responsible to get your own test results too. As men, do not use your girl's positive test as the or negative results
Say it
as
again,
confirmation for your own
Say it
negative.
again.
Like, get your own fucking test done. Go to the fucking doctor. Get your blood drawn. Get your penis inspected. Get your prostate checked. It's a finger in your ass by a doctor's not
Listen.
gay. Just get your shit checked. Know what the fuck is going on with your body.
Please
For crying the
believe
fuck out
they
loud.
think that shit is gay. Like, y'all niggas really gotta check yourself.
You're about to
Y'all
get
might be-
cancer and die because
That's
you don't want to
true.
know what the fuck is going on in your ass. Like, y'all stupid.
Now that's gay. No.
That's true, because I'd say back when I was like 22, 23, I was messing with a chick and she told me, I forgot what it was she said she had. I was like, well, I've been to the doctor this week and I got my tests and all that. I'm like, I'm good. I don't know about you or where you got it from, but I know I ain't got nothing and you ain't get it from me. And she was like, oh, okay, because I thought it was you that gave it. I was like, oh, you got
What?
the nerve to say that I
Nah.
gave you something?
Girls, ladies,
I was like,
ladies,
yes.
ladies. We
I was
gotta
like,
do better.
I-
Okay?
Yes.
We
I'm-
have to do better. As a female species partner, we have to do better. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Like, we just gotta do better. Like, we set the standards for these niggas, and once we start requesting that
damn
these
sure
motherfuckers
do.
get their
Mhm.
test done, I promise you, the
People do
STD
what they
rates
gotta
will
do.
go down, especially in the black community, because please believe that the conversation is happening elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's just us
just
that
not
are
us.
just not having it.
Because we
And
love fucking so
I
much.
need y'all to have it because we do like fucking a lot.
Yes.
You know,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
is heavy.
Yes.
Orgasms are very healthy.
Yes,
You
they're
know,
great
these
for
things,
you.
I'm not telling y'all to stop having sex. I'm just telling y'all to have safe sex.
Safer sex. There's no such thing
Yes.
as safe.
Safer
Safer
sex.
sex.
Yeah.
Have those
Thank you, girl.
conversations and just, do what you gotta do.
Yes. So as y'all have heard her say partners plenty of times throughout this thing, she be like, my first partner, yeah, my third partner, my second partner. Like, she would have been mentioning these partners.
Yes.
And I just want to go right into who are these partners? Like, what kind of relationship? So I'm going to talk about relationship statuses. So I'm sure y'all all have heard the term of polygamy, and
yes, and polyamorous.
Polyamorous
Yes.
and non-monogamous
Yes,
and
correct.
monogamous. So we all have heard these terms, but today for the sex facts, I actually want to talk about what is polygamy.
Okay, so actually I'll go back a little bit further for you.
She's going to be
All right.
defining this.
All right, so I'm gonna go back a little bit further because it goes in an arc. So you have monogamy, which is one partner, one person, one male, one female, one male, one male, one female, female, but it's 1-to-1. Then you have polygamy, which is multiple marriages, where one partner can have multiple spouses. And then I am polyamorous, where I have multiple loves, and they could be intimate and or not. And that's what I have. I have a relationship.
I love it.
Yes. So I currently have 3 partners that I'm with right now.
All guys.
All guys, yes.
Does it
I am
matter?
bisexual,
Okay.
but right now all of my partners consistently
Are
are male.
male.
Yes.
So you can have a female added on to that.
Yes.
circle.
The idea, so the poly is multiple, amory is love.
Okay.
So I have multiple loves. And the difference between polyamory and non-monogamy is
that's
that
what I wanted to know.
I require a connection of the heart to make it work for me versus someone who's non-monogamous just wants to fuck around. But they can do it honestly and ethically still, but they don't need to have that emotional connection involved. That's the difference between non-monogamy and polyamory.
And so you are
Polyamorous.
polyamorous.
Yes. So I have 3 people. I have just recently confessed my love to him because I do love him. But it's one of the things. It starts off as like, and then it grows into love. The other 2 partners I like a lot. I'm not at the love space with them yet, but I do hope to get there one day.
And they all know about each other.
They all know about each other by name. He wants to meet.
How do you do it? Like, I'm trying to understand, how does this work, right? So
Clear,
what is the
open
difference?
communication.
Yes.
What
Yes,
is the
lots of
difference between polyamory? Am I saying that right?
Yes.
And an open relationship.
Okay, so if it could fall under that same window.
Yes.
Well, because again, polyamory is the love. So open relationship will fall more in the non-monogamy category, where open relationship is we are a unit. If I didn't want to have multiple loves, we can say we go to sex parties together. That's considered open or partial open. He could do what he wants. I could do what I want. That's open relationship or non-monogamous. But poly is the needing of the love to make it work as well. That's what essentially the amory
So it's
stuff is
the
love
feeling part.
Yes, the
It's
feeling
the
part.
feeling
It's
part
versus
that
just
makes
a body.
the difference.
Yes,
Right.
versus just a body needing to get off. It's the
Right.
love that I need because I had sex before and it's like, okay, great, and then I'm like, I want more of a connection. I want to be able to I want to love you. I want to feel your vibe. I want to be able to connect with you. I want to be able to call you and be there and support you and you support me. Like I said before, if he happens to leave and he doesn't want to be with me anymore, that's fine. I still want the best for him. If he gets married to some chick one day, I want to be at that wedding. Like that's the love that I'm feeling right now.
That's
for that,
what's up.
It's not a
Girl.
selfish love.
I love it. Listen, I might be polyamory because
Right.
honestly, do you think it's less stressful?
The honesty makes it less stressful.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Because people can, but it's difficult because for a moment in time before I told them all because it got to the point where I was saying I'm going to see my friend, because I come from living a monogamous lifestyle
Right,
where it was difficult for me to sit there and break down and talk about I'm going to see this partner and tell my partner that I'm going to see another partner. It became difficult.
Ooh,
And eventually,
yes, because men got egos.
they damn sure do. So I was like, you know what? Eventually, I had to let that go. I had to be like, you know what? This is what I'm choosing to live in. They all have to know each other by name. So I need to be able to say I'm going to see A to B and B to A and A to C. I need to be able to say this and be like,
And be okay with it.
yeah, exactly. So I'm like,
Right.
I went to the movies with this guy and it was great. I had a great time. He's like, oh, really great. That's it. Like, it doesn't have to. I don't have to go into details about
Right,
we did this, we did that.
sucked. Yeah, I sucked his dick. Well, how big is his dick? Is his dick bigger than mine?
Yeah, like,
like,
it
what's
don't-
like,
it don't have to feel that
motherfucker,
way.
mind your fucking business.
But it's just
So-
all about being honest and open.
Right. So as the partner, because you are one of her partners,
Yes.
which she considers a primary, and that's
Yes.
because of the love that you
Yes,
expressed
exactly.
to him, right?
Yes, he's actually the more recent partner in the spectrum of the guys that I've been dating, but we have the best connection.
Right?
Therefore, I have the most love for him right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like were you always into polyamorous relationships?
Well, I could definitely say within the last 2 years that I have been. Before, I was just,
Fucking.
that monogamous. But if I was in a relationship, I was just dedicated to that one person. I didn't believe in like sleeping around or nothing. Like I never cheated in a relationship ever. Like people probably look at me and be like, "Nigga, you lying." I'm like, no.
No, I mean, I do believe that some men can be faithful.
Yeah, but that was me. And then I got fucked over too many times. I was like, you know what? Fuck all this bullshit. Like I'm gonna just be honest with everything now. And then I started reading into it, and I was just like, this could work. It's like she tells me about her love. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
I was like, as long as they don't
get into it.
as long as they
I
don't
get
do
it.
no crazy shit or you don't feel comfortable around them, I'm cool. But like once the uncomfortable come into play, I'm gonna be like, yo, just know I'm knocking heads off.
But she hasn't had to do that.
Yeah.
They all
So you're like, okay, I get it that you deal with these other guys, but if they disrespect you in any way, I'm still going to like as if you're like, you get what I'm saying, like that type of security.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you still you don't feel less masculine.
No.
Thank you.
Not in the slightest.
No, because he puts in the work. He makes me feel great.
Like I said, it's all about open.
We need more, yeah.
Open, clear lines of communication. As long as you know what's
no,
going
real
on.
shit. Like communication is key with every relationship.
Because why lie? Because why lie? Because you have to put another lie on top of another lie. You have to find. I'm just like,
I can't keep my
I got
lies
time for
straight.
this.
I got one lie, baby, and
listen,
that's it.
I don't lie to people because I don't give a fuck about their feelings when I tell you the truth. The truth is the truth.
I think you should care a little bit about their feelings if you're gonna fuck them. Feelings
Yes.
But that's me personally. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you can't handle the truth, well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just tell it to you regardless. Because I'm not about to lie to you just so you can feel better about yourself. No, fuck no. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Well, listen, us people that appreciate the truth really appreciate you. Because I feel like the truth will honestly help a lot of situations that
that's a fact.
Like, they be lying.
Yes, if you know you're not a faithful guy, and as much as you want, like, allow people the space to make the choice. When a woman's heart gets broken, when she gets cheated on, it's not the fucking, it's the lying part. You're making me look like a fool. You're lying to my face about this shit. Be honest. If you want to fuck other bitches, then say, babe, I don't want to be in a committed relationship. I want to be this. I want to be that. But you can't also at the same time be selfish with it. If you can fuck other bitches, she should be able to fuck other men. That's how it works. It's both or nothing at all, or we not gonna be together. I can't stand people who sit in a relationship and know your man. If you know your fucking man is cheating on you left and right, you just stay there because you the main bitch. You sound dumb to me. You are dumb. Leave him alone.
They be like, well, he coming back home to me anyway.
I can't. Like, it don't make no sense to me. And the thing is, a lot of people are living in half-ass relationships in the first place, but when you sit there, it's something about being honest about being non-monogamous and polyamorous that people get offended by because they have to live that shit in half-ass relationships. You know you're being faithful to your man, but he's not being faithful to you. Or the reverse, your girl is fucking around cheating on you and you're being faithful to her, and you have to stomach that shit, and you see a bitch like me living her life honestly with multiple partners and with herpes and not giving a whatever you want to call it, and you get mad. But like, that's not my problem. That's your cross to bear because you're not being honest with yourself.
Motivation.
You want whatever relationship you want, fight for it.
That's how you have to be.
You have to do it.
Listen, at the end of the day, the key word here is communication. Honesty.
That's the only way it's going to work. Literally, it is the only way it's gonna work. If you don't communicate, let you know what's going on, shit is gonna fall apart.
I always hear niggas say, I lie to you because I care about you.
Oh, they think they Tyrese, baby boy. Nah, we not doing that. All my partners knew from jump when I first started that I was polyamorous. They knew that they were not going to be the only person there. When I first met my first one, I told him that I date other people. He was like, okay, enjoying that time with you. When the next one came along, he was in open marriage anyway, so he was like, okay, great, I know what you're doing, I know what it's about. When I met him, it was the same thing. I'm seeing two other guys. It was all honest from jump. All from jump.
We have the power to set up the blueprint of how we want to live our life.
Exactly.
If you tell a nigga, listen, if you lie to me, I'm done with you. If you cheat on me, I'm done with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you do any of the above, I'm done with you.
Yep.
And you stick to that,
Yeah.
I promise the respect level will be sky high. Like, all you gotta do is tell the truth. All you gotta do is be honest.
And they
Even
only
with
do what
men.
you
Even
allow.
with men.
Yeah.
Even with men. All you got to do is be honest and communicate. If a girl can't take the honesty that you give it, then she ain't the one for you.
At all.
Really?
Don't force it.
You know what's funny too? Like, I was dealing with a chick, and she was like, "Always be honest with me." I was like, "I don't think you want the honesty from me, because I'm sometimes I'm brutal with it, but."
No, honesty is honesty.
Yeah,
I just feel
exactly.
like it's just.
So she asked me a question. I told her, she was like,
What did she ask you?
"Nah, because she might watch it. I don't want to."
She ain't gonna watch.
She ain't gonna know. Just say it. Just say it.
We ain't gonna know anyway. So if she
Exactly.
do know, well.
She gonna have to out herself. Like, we ain't gonna do that.
I was like, "What we have is cool." I was like, "I don't want to date you because you hit too much. Like, I don't have a
What
problem.
hit too much?
Like,
to say?
she like to fight a lot. Like, she like to
Oh,
fight.
she physically hit
Yes.
too much.
Yeah, she like to fight. I was just like,
I'm like, what's hit too
I
much?
was like, listen. I'm like, listen. I don't hit a woman, but if I need be, I will slap a bitch. I was like, I don't want to put hands on you
Excuse me, we don't condone hitting queens over here.
at all. But like I said,
Sorry, y'all, you squish that. He didn't mean that.
but I told her I was, and then like
Keep
there
your
were,
hands to yourself.
there were other
Period.
things that she
Throw
would
some
do.
shit at the wall, bleach some shit, but don't put your hands on people. Because
Yeah.
I am fight or flight. It could be great if every man had the composure to not hit that.
Right.
But the reality is, many men do not have that composure. If you punch me, I'm punching back. And if I know and I like to use my words. If I gotta yell at you, I don't even need to be there. I don't even want to raise my voice above a whisper, or, that's not who I am. But if I have to hit you, I'm prepared to fight. Like, I make sure my glasses are off, my wig is off, I got braids, my face is Vaseline up, I'm prepared to duke it out. I'm not gonna hit you and then be like, oh my God, no, I'm ready to fight, what's up? But I don't fight because I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna make you feel stupid with my words. If anything, I'm gonna argue with you that way, and I'm gonna walk out the door because I ain't got I'm not about, this is my money maker. If you punch me, I know I got cousins and uncles and brothers. You don't want that smoke, and I don't want to do none of that stuff. So I'd rather just not resort to that. If I gotta raise my voice and yell and scream at you, I don't even need to be there in the first place. I don't have that. I can't.
But
I'm not that girl.
there were other things that she did. I was just like, no, I'm not gonna tolerate that. She's like, but that's who I am. I was like, no, that's not who you are, because I've seen you in a normal environment, and that's not how you act. I was just like, if you're not gonna change that, like, I'm definitely not gonna be with you. And she got upset because I told her what she needed to change. Because she specifically asked me, what do I need to change in order for me to be your girlfriend?
And what she said?
And I told A,
Stop
B,
hitting
and
me.
C. Well, besides that, I was like, there were other things that she would do. I'm just like, I'm not with that shit. And she's like, why? I was like,
why?
What the fuck you mean? Why? I just told you. You said, what do you need to change? And this what it is. Like,
She wanted to ask because it sounded nice. The only time he answers when he's slapping my ass when we having sex. That's it.
Period.
And that's it. And I give you consent to that. When you choke me, I give you consent to that. If it's not consensual, you can't do it.
Consent is important.
Consent is sexy. Can I do this? Yes, you can.
Yes, consent is important, and it can be a turn on sometimes.
Damn sure.
Yeah, and then the thing is too, like, she was as tall as me, but she wasn't ugly. Also, I was like, this could work. But at the same,
she was a cute bitch.
Yeah, she was a good looking Amazon. Yes, because some, like, I'm gonna just say 50-50. Like, if you're a tall girl, it's a 50-50 chance, because most you look doofy as shit. I'm sorry.
Damn. We're not gonna shame our queen.
I'm not shaming though. I'm just saying.
I'm an Amazon motherfucker. Okay, I'm 5'8".
But she was pretty, so I was like, alright, cool. You as tall as me as whatever.
He's talking about 6'3".
I'm like, I don't care. We wear the same sneaker size. I don't care. But this is some shit you gotta do.
She did the NBA, WNBA player.
I was like, there's some shit you gotta do. This. I was just like, and she was like, I was like, well, if you're not willing to do that, then we could just keep this.
That's fine. I feel like
and she didn't want that. I was
like, that didn't work for a reason.
At all. I was like, well, cool. I was like, because I didn't want you to be my girl to begin with anyway. I just told her, I was like, what we got is cool. Like, me and you, we cool. Every once in a while, we'll have sex. But.
So, one more question for you.
Yes.
Would you ever have them? You ever seen what was that movie?
She's
on
Gotta Have It.
She's Gotta Have It. Would you ever have all your men just sitting at a table with dinner and make them meet each other?
Yes, I would. I actually thought about that when I found, because I'm young.
Talking about how would you do it?
I'm living my whole life, but I still live with my parents, so don't fucking judge me. New York is expensive as fuck, rent is high. But once I finally do move, the plan is to have my house redone, have them all come over to help me do some shit, and yes, have a good ass time. That is one of the plans.
So would you ever have like a threesome with two of the guys, or no? Not that close? Already. With two of the guys?
Oh, two of them, no, not even.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the two. No, not the threesomes, but I'm saying like if all of them would come, right?
Yes, I would.
Listen, bitch. If you ever let that happen, please write about it.
If you,
y'all have to read her blog, okay? Period.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she's gonna write about it.
Yes, it's in my memoir. But here's the thing: you have to understand that when you're engaged with intimacy and your partners, you care for them deeply. The sensations are already there. So you're getting one sensation, you're getting another, the hands all over the place. You don't know what's going on. The third sex party I went to, so I met him at, I was with the guy in the corner, two guys in the corner, and then like, I felt hands on my ass, hands on my breast. I was just like, it was intoxicating. It was on a totally different level. Like, because you don't know what the fuck is going on. All you're feeling is this great sensation of these hands and his bodies, and it was amazing. And again, it may not be for some people, but that shit was amazing for me. Period. I was like, I want more of this.
I've heard someone talk of a threesome with two guys, just like you explained it. Yeah. How it's just amazing to have two men caressed at my feet. Like, one is just fucking me so good, and the other one's just kissing me all sensual. And, you know, honestly, that's a little fantasy of mine. Like, a little fantasy is to have a threesome with two guys.
Girl, it's amazing.
You know, I don't know. Might happen.
Yes, live your life.
Because, you know, you have the whole stigma of, oh, well, it's two guys a train or it's two guys a threesome.
No.
I'm like, and they're saying because the two guys don't engage, it's not considered a threesome.
It's a train.
But I'm like, it's whatever the fuck I say it is.
No.
Okay?
It's a train and one after the other,
One after the other,
However, if they're all
at
engaged
the same time,
it's not. It's a threesome, exactly.
Even if they don't engage with each other.
No, they don't have to.
Thank y'all.
They're engaging with you at the same time, and that's what matters. It's not like one sitting on the side waiting for the other one to be done, and he jacks off, he's done, and then that's one comes up next, and that's a train. If they all engage at the same exact time, if you're engaging, if you're kissing one or giving head to one, and he's the other one's in the back, like, it's a threesome, because it's like the whole entire body experience of everybody being involved at the same time.
And I've had a threesome both ways, where I was with
you had one with another guy?
Where I was with two females, and then where it was a female and another guy.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you feel about that? Like, how did she bring it to you?
She was, well, me and him already knew each other, but we didn't know that we was messing with the same chick at the same time. I was just like,
Usher R. Kelly, same girl?
Yeah, basically. I was like,
same girl.
Because he was like, oh, such and such, me and her doing this, and I was like, hold on. She's this, and she's like, yeah. I was like, so, you know, I'm fucking her. And he's like, word? I was like, shit.
Shit. That was your reaction?
Yeah, I was just like, shit. Like, what the fuck did we get into?
And then what?
And then when we found out, like, we went to her, she was like, I meant to tell y'all and this, that, and that.
I meant to tell y'all.
I forgot to tell you.
What happened was.
Pretty much.
So, eventually, I was just like, whatever. Like, it's not like I'm dating you or he dating you.
Y'all not him. We just have a sex. You are not her boyfriend.
At all.
Therefore, y'all knew that this was a possibility.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to be that y'all know each other.
Yeah.
So with that being said, did she come to y'all with it, or did y'all go to her?
She came to us with it. I was just like,
a lot of women are afraid to admit it is a fantasy of
theirs.
Like,
sis, if you out there and you've had a threesome with two men and you've actually approached these two men, maybe they don't know each other. Send me an email at xmotherishia@gmail.com because I would love to hear it.
Oh, I was a bull for a cuckold couple.
Yeah, that's popular too.
Yeah.
My first threesome was with a
cuckold.
Yeah.
Cuckold. Like the guy, he would watch me fuck his wife.
Wow.
Yes, girl.
Yeah.
Listen.
Cuckold is when a guy is introduced to a couple, but the husband it has to be married or what?
It could be a couple.
It could be a couple.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're watching.
But most of
your
them are
partner
married.
get fucked.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Y'all are living the life, okay? Period. Like, I don't care what nobody say. this is the life, okay? When you're living your life free of judgments and not giving a fuck. You're doing what the fuck you want, and everybody's okay. Consensual.
Yes.
You know, everybody's okay. Inspiration, period. That's all I have to say. So I know I didn't have game time, but I'm just going to end it off with game time.
Yay!
Okay, so I'm going to ask you Would You Rather. So these are the games that I like to play with Would You Rather, which has been in our little famous game lately.
Okay.
Okay, so would you rather have your hair pulled or slaps on the butt?
Can I
She
do
would
both?
have both.
No, you got to pick one.
Damn. Slaps on the ass.
Slaps on the ass over the hair pulling?
Yeah, depending on if I got my weave done or not, you gotta grab it the right way. Like, you can slap my ass anyway.
Fellas.
But when I get
Alright,
this
hold
head,
on.
then you gotta grab it from the back. Like,
Okay.
but it
Fellas.
don't matter. You can't be
Fellas.
grabbing it from
When
the
they
front
got
or
their
the back.
hair in, you gotta pull from the back and in the middle. Like, you
Yes,
gotta
where
dig
it's rooted.
in that shit in the
Fuck
middle.
up my
And
edges, it's gonna be a problem.
you heard what she
You
said.
can't fuck up the lace front either. It's
Cause
not
they
the
will-
lace front.
pay
Because they
for it.
damn sure gonna kick you in the
Again.
face.
Yeah, ain't fucking up my hair.
Okay, I would have to agree. I don't know. I kind of like the hair pulling, except for I wear wigs. So sometimes, you know, if you pull a little too hard, it might
it's
slip.
like, like,
So I'll be
Fuck all
wearing like
that.
scarves and stuff.
I'm gonna just take
No,
it off
yes.
and wear it my damn self.
I'll be wearing scarves and stuff to hold the wig down. So if you do pull, it ain't going nowhere.
Yep, it's gonna stay right there.
Because I do like, I don't know. I don't like the ass slips too much.
love ass
I don't know
slaps.
why. I just
He got a
don't.
whip and he likes to fucking go crazy with
Unless
the fucking
you
whip.
fucking me good, don't slap my ass, okay? Because that'll make me forget about the pain that I'm feeling, the sensation that I'm feeling, okay? Because if you ain't fucking me good, don't you dare.
It's only reserved for certain dick slinging.
And period.
That's a fact.
If
If you ain't slinging it right,
Nope.
then
I'm
you,
telling you,
Don't
Listen.
do it.
that matters.
Listen.
Yeah,
It
that fucking
does.
matters.
if you ain't slinging it right, just handhold.
Period.
That's it.
That's it.
You'll know
So-
if you slinging it right.
Okay. So would y'all rather snort coke or snort crack?
Coke.
Coke. I don't snort anything, but I'm gonna say coke, because coke is
Coke.
rich people.
That's rich people.
Okay.
Like Whitney used to say, I'm
Would
too
you
rich, I
ever
smoke
like?
crack.
I'm trying to think. If I ever got invited to those little high class parties, listen. I know y'all got coke in this motherfucker.
All rich white people do
Snort.
coke. I don't give a fuck what
Who
nobody
got
wanna
it?
say.
I'm not even asking. What's up?
All,
I'm asking who got it.
all,
Yeah,
I'm
who
gonna
got
come
it?
in and join
I
like
want
who
to go
got it.
skiing, bitches.
all
We
rich
gonna take
white
me
people
skiing.
do coke. I don't give a fuck what nobody
I
wanna say.
believe
Even my friends
All
who
of
ain't
them.
rich
It's
and
a
white do
rich
coke.
drug.
It
Yeah,
is.
everybody do
Like,
coke.
shit ain't cheap.
Cause crack,
It's
don't feel
a
like
rich
crack
drug.
look crack. When you smoking crack, you don't look cute.
And it stink too.
Coke, you
It
look
stinks.
cute. Like
Of course
if you
it
think
stinks.
about it, they put on
I've
a little
never been
mirror.
around these drugs.
When you
y'all.
watch the movie, they put on a little mirror. They make a little lines. It looks pretty.
It looks
Or they
like
put in a little dollar. You got
Right.
that $100 roll up. It look nice. You can sniff it off of a dick. You can sniff it off of an ass cheek. Wolf of Wall Street made it look nice and sexy to smoke coke. I mean, you know, snort cocaine or whatever like that. But crack, you get the pipe. You look going.
Yeah, you right.
It
It
don't
don't look.
look
It do not
cute.
look cute.
Yeah, like I said, it
No.
stink too.
I have
No.
to agree. Like,
If I'm gonna take the chance to do drugs, I'm gonna do the cute drugs.
yeah.
I don't do drugs at all, but I'm gonna do the cute shit. I just drink. But I'm gonna do the cute shit if I do it at all. Shit, I wanna
Okay,
look
so
cute.
last would you rather is would you rather receive head for hours and not climax or be in traffic for 2 hours?
Been trapped for 2 hours. I'm not about to
What
do that
kind
shit.
of shit? That's evil as fuck.
No, we not.
I really got bad head though. Like bad head is the worst.
Oh, I've gotten bad head, and that's why I'm gonna get the fuck away from it.
I have.
We are never doing this again
You
if I
too?
get bad head.
Yes.
Not from me, because I give great.
Not from she made it clear. Not from me
I
though.
suck amazing dick.
Period.
Yes.
Yes, co-signing.
Yes.
Yes, he know the right thing
Yes.
to say.
Since
Yeah.
we've been
No.
in Philly this weekend, yes. Yes, Lord.
So what's bad head to you?
She used a lot of teeth. I was like, if you don't stop trying to bite
Girls
my
ain't
dick
using
off.
teeth.
Oh my
That
goodness.
couldn't have been recently.
No.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
recently.
Because I
And
just feel
then
like
there was a-
nowadays girls are sucking dick
And
pretty
then there was
good.
another
Yeah,
time,
you know.
like, she didn't know how to really suck dick. I was just like, can you, like...
You was teaching her.
Yeah, I had to
That's
teach
fine.
her.
And
But
sometimes we do need that teach because every dick is not the same.
Exactly.
Your dick might be a little bigger than the dick that I had before. And so, and not even to mention, but some guys like a little teeth.
Some guys do. I've had a couple guys that be like, little
Like,
teeth. I'm like,
a
okay.
little bit. Like, I've never had a guy that liked teeth, but I have, like, grinded my teeth on dick before. But not, like, while it's in my mouth. So say this is the penis, and I'm just having, like, I'm smiling like cheese, and I'm just, like, brushing the dick with my teeth.
see, that's
You know what I'm
fine.
saying?
Like, I'm
So
talking
I'm
about,
not, like, putting it in my mouth and then chomping
dragging
on
the
that
skin
shit.
off.
Like,
Teeth fine.
that's the worst.
Like, I ain't
ever.
chomping on the
No.
motherfucker.
No,
but
like, or she's sucking on it. Like you could feel all the damn teeth in her
No,
mouth. I'm
that's
just
I'm
like,
not gonna lie. I have had a big dick before in my mouth where these molars they wasn't.
But you can't help that though. That's just his big
They
ass
wasn't
girthy dick.
getting there. They wasn't opening wide enough, and I couldn't
Like,
believe
let me
that
unhinge this jar real
this
quick.
dick was so fucking big. I couldn't even. I had to.
Unhinge it.
Like, I had to use my fingers to block my teeth because at the end of the day, you know, I couldn't dislocate my jaw. This
Yeah, you
wasn't my
can't.
nigga. Like, nigga, if you was my nigga, then I'd maybe dislocate a little jaw. But
little open that little crank, a little crank, a
you
little
was just
bit.
a little, you know what I'm saying? Yes, and that's that. Like I'm saying, but yes, I had an amazing time with y'all.
Woo,
Like,
yes.
listen, I need y'all to come back.
Oh, I'll be back.
Period. Like,
no, we
I
gonna
need-
be back because
Yeah.
for real, like, bring your partners, all three of them.
I will. I can
Maybe
arrange
one day
that.
when we get there. When we
I
get
can arrange
there.
that.
When we get there, we can definitely have her bring all hers, and please let the people know where they can find your amazing towels.
Yes. Again, once again, TALESOFTONEY, Tales of Tony, and that's my blog. My Instagram is CAROLYN TONEY. My Facebook is CAROLYN TONEY. I'm public on everything. And yes, that's it.
Yeah, she's from New York, y'all. New
Yes.
York in the building. Go
Living my
ahead.
best
You want to let them
life.
know where they can find you or no?
I mean, on Instagram, my name is Snake Eyes the Ninja, SNAKEEYEZTHENINJA. On Facebook, my name is Andrew Larman, LARMOND, and that's it. Like,
And that's it.
I don't-
Listen.
I don't hide nothing.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, love.
Listen, we've been communicating ever since the horrible decision.
Yes. She reached out to me like, oh my
And
God.
listen,
bitch.
I
I'm like,
love
yes.
her. Like, she is my friend right here.
Yes.
Like, and now in real life, because, you know, I finally met her, and I'm just amazed at how much of a beautiful person she really is. Like, this is not just Instagram. This is not just podcast. This is a real person.
Yes.
Real person is really as beautiful as she is, and I'm amazed. Like, look at her smile, y'all. I just want y'all to know that her smile's legit. Like, did you ever have braces?
I did have braces for
Okay,
a
well,
couple
either
years.
way, yeah, lit, okay? So I want y'all to know y'all can follow me at Muvaish, MUVAESH, on all platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm really sweet like that. But y'all can also follow my podcast page at Uncomfortable Podcast. That's UNCUMFORTABLEPODCAST. Y'all can follow that on Instagram and Facebook. Please send in those emails, y'all. If y'all want any type of like advice, I do have advice for y'all today, but if y'all want any type of advice or any questions or any concerns or anything that y'all would want to let me know, like stories, I love stories.
Yes.
Send them in at xmotheraish@gmail.com. And anything else, but I do have a question for y'all guys.
Tip for the fellas: stop sending ashy dick pics.
Ooh.
Women want videos of us masturbating. I'm just letting y'all know right now.
Nice
That's
and
what they
oiled up.
want.
Nice and oiled up.
Listen,
That's what they want.
he said it right the fuck there, because I ain't gonna lie. When I watch porn and I watch BBC, I literally quickly pass everything into the cum shot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I'm
know
just
why
letting
that
y'all know,
turns me
fellas.
on, but they do.
Stop sending
Okay,
ashy dick
so-
pics.
So I got an email from someone, and they wrote in that they want to stop using condoms with their. They want to start using condoms with their partner. They didn't use them initially, but they want to start using them due to they think that the person liked them too much, and they want to stop. They want to start using condoms because they don't want to get the girl pregnant. So what would y'all say in terms of when you
the
don't?
guy wants to use.
The guy wants to start using condoms.
Well, then just
So
start
what
using
would y'all
Just
do?
use
But
it.
how can you introduce a condom to a couple? Come on, let's be real, because it's kind of backwards, right?
Yeah,
Because let's be real, because somebody wants to use condoms again prior to taking them off. So now I'm not gonna lie, if a nigga come to me like, all right, we're gonna start using condoms again, and we ain't never been using condoms this whole time, I'm gonna feel some type of way. So how can he let me know without being offensive?
Okay, so I'm gonna break it down first of all, because I feel like if he's worried like he don't want to get her pregnant, that means he probably want to be there in the first place. So maybe you should stop fucking with her. Period.
Right.
That should be. I feel like that's the route to go instead of just saying use condoms in case she doesn't get pregnant and I don't have to worry about the baby coming after the fact. I feel like you need to stop fucking with her because you really want to like her that
That's
much.
a fact.
That's the first thing.
Fellas, if you can't see her on the street and be like, yeah, that's my baby mom, then
You shouldn't fucking worry about a condom.
Especially raw.
But now, if you're already at this place right now, I'm assuming that you're not together in a relationship.
No,
you're just
they're
fucking
not.
her
They're
casually. Well, you just be like, you know what? I know it may be a dick move to be like, you know, but if she knows what it is, like, you know, I'm fucking other people too. I just want to use condoms so we're all on the same page. That's it. You know, I want to make sure I'm protecting you, protecting me, because I'm having sex with this. I maybe have sex with other people. I want to make sure protected.
That might end the relationship.
And if it does, it does. So he ain't really that invested in the first fucking place.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like at the end of the day, if you feel like
agree.
she may get pregnant, she's getting attached. Well, then you really don't kind of want to be there. Like, let's call a spade a spade.
Listen, my last episode was literally called "Condoms Equal No Effort," and for those of you need to read that, and y'all need to watch that episode to know what effort is. But because y'all are at the end of this episode now, effort means feelings. I always say that condoms and feelings are one and the same sometimes.
True.
Like, I honestly believe that since I've been having sex with condoms, I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas. Like, literally.
Well, damn, I wouldn't
No,
say.
no,
I wouldn't
it's
say
okay,
that.
Okay, wait. I know that came out wrong.
That.
So what I meant was that the first time. So most of the time, these are the first time. My feelings aren't that deep at all. Compared to a nigga that I had sex with the first time without a condom, a motherfucker felt like she was alive.
No, it's a big difference for us too. It's a big difference for us. Condom and it's not even big. It's a huge difference.
They do make a difference.
No effort.
Huge
period.
difference.
Like if y'all males want to make life a little easier on yourself,
ultra thin
think y'all should
condoms.
need to be using condoms as well.
Yes,
Like
ultra thin, put a little lube inside, put a lube on the outside, makes you feel like it ain't even there.
Ultra thin.
Lube inside a
Put
condom.
a lube, if it extra lube inside the condom, put a lube on the outside of the condom.
I want them to also destigmatize lube. Okay,
I love some
lube is
fucking
out here to
lube.
help y'all, motherfuckers.
Listen,
I use lube
This
too.
motherfucker eats pussy like there's no tomorrow. And not only does he eats it and he keeps going, so he sucks up all the juices that I just came out. So that therefore there's no more lubrication there. So when yes you do. So when he starts fucking me, my vagina is dried up again and he has to give me and I'm like, okay, I need some more lube. I'm like, grab the lube. And he's fucking my back, grab the lube. I need more lube. Like, cause I don't stay juicy, wet all the damn time. Like my body, as long as I remember, it goes in ebbs and waves. Sometimes it can be juicy, sometimes it'll dry the fuck up, depending on how good the shit feels. So I need you to not do not be ashamed of using lubrication. Lube is your friend. It keeps everything nice and glossy and juicy and
not
slides.
mean that you don't get wet, okay?
No, it just means that it keeps the extra lubrication going.
Especially if you're a condom user. We understand. Okay?
Or you deal with these fucking big donkey dick niggas. Like, sometimes you need a little bit of lubrication. It is totally fine.
Donkey dick niggas. I've never seen a donkey dick. Did you ever see a donkey dick?
I've seen donkey dicks. I've seen donkey dicks
horse
on white
dick.
men.
Never seen donkey. Well, that's another
Girl.
topic for another day. I will see y'all. Y'all, we are out of here, okay? Thank y'all for coming in and tuning in. Thanks again, and we are out.
Yes.
Also, I'm leaving out with a bang. Y'all already know I like to feature my girls on the, freestyles that I leave. Check out Jamara. That's JAMARVA. _ that's her Instagram name. So following this is Doing Too Much Remix. Check her out.
Heard them bitches said that they don't like me, said I do too much. I said, Shorty, shut the fuck up. You a bum, don't do enough with your broke ass, hoe ass, so pussy for the hoe ass. That mattress on the floor ass, bum bitch living with your mama. No dollars, no commas, a broke ass baby father. Heard you working in McDonald's, bum bitches stay all in drama. I'm like, where your bread at? Where your crib at? Where your head at? You ain't got shit, but always trying to pop shit. Stop, sis. If you got drama, then spin the block, bitch. Fuck a body shot. You know I'm aiming at your top, sis. I've been trying to chill, so please don't push me out my element. I don't give a fuck how long the beef was. We ain't settling. All my bitches gon' ride with me. All my niggas just lie for me. New niggas say my bitch so good, he in love with the bitch. He'll die for me. Ain't no competition with you bitches. That's a Fendi fake. Just know I fuck your nigga once, you'll never get his dick.